Rowan Hamilton, representing Cal in Canada. All I could think about the entire series was those days when you were coming down here representing BC, and and nobody knew how spectacular you are, and now being able to come here and represent Cal and obviously still representing Canada. Like, how powerful is this for you?
Yeah, Hayward's definitely a very, very special location for me and so many people from BC. It's usually the only time when we're in high school when we get to come to America and compete. It was also the location of my first senior national team. So getting to come down and compete in the NCAA at Hayward was just a very special moment.
Cal hasn't had a champion in this event in over 100 years. Jack Merchant back in 1922. Canada hasn't had a champion since Scott Nielsen, and when he ran 4 in a row for Washington in the late 70s. Like, how significant is you contributing to that history?
Yeah, I think it's very special. I mean, just being able to carry on the legacy at Cal that was set by Cameron Rogers, winning 3 consecutive national championships. I'm happy that I can come here, compete with Mo and Cal Bears and represent the school very well and come home with the title.
It was a super deep competition. You and Kenny Kedge both went over 77. There were 4 guys over 75. How special is it to be able to compete in a field of that quality at the NCAA level?
I was very excited after last year, seeing how deep the competition was. Everyone really, puts everything they can towards this championship, and there's a bunch of PBs last year and amazing performances. So I know this year, coming into the championship, it was going to be very competitive, and I was very happy to see, everyone, a lot of people, having personal bests and just competing very well, and also very graciously, as everyone was, an excellent competitor.
Rowan, I mean, obviously, the hammer is always the focus, right? But I mean, all these guys, going through the indoor season, and some are better in the weight than others, but just like you and I talked about at Mount Sac, just the patience, right? Like you and Mo developing that relationship, and you not just peaking for today, but obviously getting ready to mix it up with Ethan and all your guys at the trials, and obviously you're trying to build toward getting ready for Paris. Like, where do you feel like you are in that journey right now in 2024?
I feel like this is kind of the beginning of it. Pac-12s was a good meet to start things off. And then coming here, obviously, regionals was a little bit of an interesting meet, throwing so early in the morning at 1 a.m. But I think kind of this was the first peak, I guess, of the year, and now we're leading into our Canadian trials, and with the Olympics later on this summer, it feels like things are just starting to get exciting.
And you talked about Cameron, obviously, but then obviously with Ethan, just how significant, how powerful a time is it right now for Canadian men and women in the hammer throw? Because it's a very realistic possibility that it's not just going to be multiple medals; it could be multiple Olympic gold.
Yeah, that's obviously a very exciting, prospect for us, and just the idea that I get to be part of the history that we're going to be building within these next couple of years is just a wonderful time to be a Canadian hammer thrower for sure.
How much confidence does a performance at a meet like this give you heading into trials and possibly into the Olympics in Paris?
I think it definitely bolsters the confidence that I already had from other meets. I think we know what I'm capable of, and I need to actually just put it together at a meet. This is still progressing to what we know that I can do. So I'm looking forward to more opportunities to prove myself in meets that matter.
Can you describe that winning throw? How did it feel, and just talk about that moment?
I actually didn't think it would be the winning throw. I was hoping to keep building throughout my series, so I didn't spend too much time thinking about it, but it was just a very good, balanced, solid throw. People who might remember me from back in my days when I came to Eugene as a high schooler, I didn't always used to be the most consistent, but that's been something that has been a major focus for us, not only this year, but years building up to this. And I believe, today kind of emphasized just all that work, consistency and balance, and it was special to be able to do it early in the comp, and then I was hoping, we'd build the things, but I was very happy with my series, probably one of the more consistent meets that I've had before, so just happy that's kind of proving the work that we're putting in practice.
Rowan, as he mentioned, I mean, obviously it was just such an extraordinary field, and like you said, so much respect among your peers and friends out there. Did you watch the competition on ESPN, or have you watched it from last year when it was in Austin, and watched all those guys and be like, I'm going to be with them someday?
Yeah, I don't think I watched it live, but I was watching the live results last year and coming in, and I think I can't remember. I think it was Costas who threw 76 meters on his first throw, and right then I knew it was going to be a very, very special comp. So, you know, it was cool, like just seeing that and now being able to be a part of it.
Congratulations.